Hello everybody, this is Love with True Tarot. I know I've been away for a long time, but it seems to be the theme lately. I'm not trying to do that, but I have a lot going on. If you hear a lot of noise in the background, those are my cats, and I am actually, had some kittens I'm actually also trying to find good homes for, and that's why there's a lot of noise and a lot of commotion. So just to let you guys know, you'll hear lots of running and rummaging around, and they're just playing. Alright, so I am just going to get right into it like usual. We're going to do collective reading, and yeah, I'm going to start with the Rider-Waite like I usually do, and I might get into some Oracle cards if I feel like it this time. Oh, we have something. You know what's weird, guys? This popped out before the reading. Wow. This means something, okay? So the Knight of Pentacles. Alright. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. Now, it does say something different from what I got, but they're being a little crazy. Okay. What I got from this intuitively when I saw this reverse is that there's something not moving fast enough for you. This is not necessarily what it means, but I'm reading intuitively. But we're going to also read what the card also means. Technically, it could mean someone's being too hasty or trying to rush something. And when you rush something, that you can create mistakes, right? So that might also be the energy I'm picking up too. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay. They're part of the reading, right? So there's lots of signs I pick up from whatever's happening around me. So if I pick up any energies related to, these cats, which I probably will, it will pertain to what's going on here. There feels like a rushing type of energy, or see how they're like rushing, they're running around and rummaging. I don't know why I'm using the word rummaging, but I'm getting that from the reading. Rummaging around or rushing. There's a lot of R words. Rushing, rummaging, running, maybe running around. Maybe you feel like you're running around, lack of, oh my god, it said lack of inspiration, but I'm getting lack of patience too, because Knight of Pentacles usually is very patient. Okay, we also have, I did not ask my higher, spirit team here, but, angels, guides, ancestors, the highest white light, please guide this reading. Okay, we do have Judgment reverse. You might just be feeling like there's a lot of self-doubt at this time, or like lack of self-awareness. Okay, it says not learning your karmic lessons, possibly. I don't know if this is pertaining to you or another person, but take whatever resonates, but we're probably going to figure out more as the reading goes on. Indecisiveness, that makes sense with kind of like what we're talking about here. Oh, okay. We also have the World. So there's some sort of completion of a cycle. Okay. You could have succeeded in something that you've been really wanting to complete. I don't know why I'm picking up from some people that maybe there is some sort of school or class that maybe you've taken that you are completing. Or it could just be that you're completing some sort of cycle, like, okay, let's see. It could be anything within your life that, you are, like, finishing up. You're finishing something up. Maybe you're trying to rush this cycle to end, but it's going to end. So it's coming. It's like around the corner. That's what I'm hearing. It's just a matter of allowing, yeah, it's like what I'm getting is patience, allowing that to unfold the way that it is, because everything happens in divine timing. And I know Judgment card is not necessarily divine timing, it's more of like the Temperance card, but I am getting that with the Judgment card as well, because karmic lessons, they have to happen at a certain time, right? And you can't get through it just by rushing it, right? You need to learn all of what you need to learn in the karmic lesson, if that makes sense, before it's finished, before, you can't, you basically didn't learn something in completion yet, and that's okay. Oh, see, we have the star though, and I felt there was a very good energy though, like there's this renewal I'm getting from this, okay? Yeah, there is the word renewal in there. I didn't even realize. Rejuvenation I'm getting, even though that's not technically what this is. Oh, yeah, it does say healing and... yeah, because it's a healing card. Healing and rejuvenation. Yeah, so it's kind of like your... I don't know why I heard jump start, but... or like, you jump start a car. Yeah, it's kind of like... I'm also hearing revving an engine. So... kind of like getting yourself going again. Just like you would jumpstart a car, like you might need something that is similar to jumpstarting a car, a vehicle. You might have a very, like a spurt of inspiration. I don't know if the word spurt is right, but, you have some sort of like, this thing is annoying me. Yeah, it's like a spark of inspiration. It does represent hope, healing, also recognition. Okay. Oh. These cards just keep popping out here. Oh, I like this too. Queen of Wands with the star and the world. Like, this is beautiful energy. Okay, so you might be... I don't know if you're working on a business, starting a business, completing a business, or doing maybe the final touches to completing the start of a business, okay? I got another card, but I'm going to read that in a second. Okay, we have, it seems like you're really in your confidence. Like, even, I'm hearing this too, even if people aren't confident in what you're doing, you're very confident in it. Interesting that, I see the cat here, the black cat, and the cats that I'm getting rid of, or I shouldn't say getting rid of, but getting new homes. Most of them are black, so that's very interesting as well for me. Yeah, there's this like assurance, or no, like you're very sure of what you're doing, okay? Even if others aren't. I keep getting that. It's like the path that you're taking, and see how she's looking out. It's like where you're headed. You can see the path almost, obviously metaphorically. Even if others can't see the vision or see how things are going to play out or pan out, it's almost like you just know this. You have this confidence. You have this assurance. I want to keep saying assurance, but like, it's not a reassurance because you're already so confident in it. You have this surety, I think that's a word, surety, or you're just very sure of yourself. That's what I should just leave it as. Yeah, it says a kind, loyal, generous, confident, competitive woman who enjoys enterprise and the limelight and also values her home and family life. Yeah. I also feel like you're very secure, or you are in the process of, like, I don't know why I'm hearing securing your home. You might even be putting some sort of like security system up. I don't know. But you are it's like I'm hearing also holding down the fort. But you're taking care of things in the home. You value your home life. And it's interesting how we have the Hermit. This was the next card. And the Hermit is all about being a homebody, or not necessarily being in your home, but being in solitude and to yourself. So interesting how those link up with each other. You're looking within. You're listening to yourself. You're listening to your inner guidance. Like I said, even if others aren't confident in what you're doing, you are very confident in what you are doing, or whatever direction you're headed in. You know exactly what direction you want to go in. And even if you change your mind, you're still like, it's like you got your own back. And like you just know what you know. You know what you're doing. And even if you don't really know what you're doing, it's like, I don't know. It's just this energy of confidence. Just this energy of like, even if I don't know what I'm doing, or even if I change my mind in the next second, I know I'm going to be headed in the right direction. And that's what I'm hearing for you. Okay. Like you're very reliant on yourself right now. You might also be accepting some sort of help from others, but I'm getting more so you have this independent energy, because the Queen of Wands is very independent. She also is magnetic. It's saying magnetic. So I'm getting that you can draw whatever it is that you need, or whatever it is that you feel you want or desire. It's drawn to you at this time also. That's what I'm getting. All right, we do have the Three of Pentacles reversed. Oh my gosh, for a second I thought I wasn't recording. Yeah, okay. So it's kind of going back to the Knight of Pentacles reverse, where it's like this rushing, yet there's a delay. I think that's why maybe you've been trying to like push or rush something. And that's understandable, you know. It's like you just want to complete something. There's this cycle you want to complete. And I feel, again, it's right around the corner. So it's not like there's really anything to worry about. What are you guys doing? I don't know what they're playing with. Hold on, let me see. What are you guys doing, huh? Okay. Alright, they're fine. So, sorry about that. Okay, it does say wasting time, lack of ambition, delays, disappointment, paltry effort. It just, to me, what is pointing out to me is the delays, or you feel disappointed as though something is not happening fast enough, or maybe you feel as though something isn't going to happen. But what I'm getting is the message is that it is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of a few things being finished, or like, you know, they say tying loose ends. So there's a few ends that need to be tied before this can be completed, or before you can move to the next phase. I'm hearing there's phases. So like the phases of the moon. Guys, come on. Wild kitties. Like it's okay. So around this time there was just a new moon, and I put this as you want to start thinking of what you would like to manifest at this time. Not to say that the manifestations are going to come to light yet, but it's kind of like putting out into the universe what you want, what you'd like to see to happen, and that comes around on the full moon. So Not everybody, I don't know if everybody believes in that or whatever, then that's fine. But that's just an example of what I was saying as far as like these cycles and these phases, like the phases of the moon. So you can't rush the phases of the moon, right? That's a good way of looking at it. Okay, we have another one. There's a delay for a reason. I just keep getting that. And I think this is something that has been kind of repeating itself within these readings. But in a different way. And then it's always like there's always some other message with it that's not quite this. It's not exact, right? It's always different, of course. But it's like very similar. Bless you. So we have the Page of Cups reverse also. There might be, again, I keep getting like a rushing or a not really thinking before. It's not a not thinking before acting thing. It's more like wanting something to happen when it's not really possible or it's not realistic. Yeah, I'm getting it's not realistic. Okay. And he can be quite immature while reversed. So I would just watch out for that in yourself. Maybe you've been feeling, like I said, wanting something to happen. Or again, with the karmic lessons, maybe you're just not learning something that, you didn't complete, you didn't learn something that you needed to learn. And that's maybe causing you to get upset or, again, not preparing or not realizing that, hey, like, it can't happen unless, it's kind of like you can't get to Z unless you go through the whole alphabet. And it's kind of like you're trying to get to the end when you haven't went through what you need to go through to get there, if that makes sense. I know it's a little too simple of me explaining, but that's the only way I can think of it. And we also have the Eight of Cups. Hey. No. Alright, I gotta, hold on a second. Okay. So, we have Eight of Cups, like I said. This, I feel, from this card is, it's kind of like you've done all that you could in this situation. And eventually, like I said, right around the corner, you are going to be moving on to the next phase. So this is a moving on card. And it's right below the World, which is the completion of the cycles, okay? And it's interesting. I love tarot because this is how it works. It always links when I do these readings. The cards below the other cards up here, they always link with each other. So now, also I saw on here it says reaching limit. That stuck out to me. So there's something about reaching a limit. You've reached your limit, and I think you're a little. Also, there's a disappointment coming from this as well. Okay. But I think that's also the sign that you are ending that cycle. Like, it might look negative. It might look like, wow, this is taking so long. I can't, it's almost like giving up. Like, oh, I can't do this anymore. It's just too much. But once you almost give up, not to say that you do give up, but it's like right when you say you're giving up is when the cycle is ending. And I want to say almost the giving up is the end of the cycle, but it's not quite. Kind of like it's, again, a divine timing. It just is. It's just happening. Okay, what else do we have? Angels, guides, ancestors, the highest white light. What else do we have for the collective? Okay, we have the Page of Swords. I don't know why I'm getting miscommunication. This can mean communication. This can mean many things. Okay. And that's under the Star, which is, like I said, the healing, rejuvenation. I'm trying to see what this is. A We're playing with everything. A miscommunication, of, I don't know why I'm hearing what is right for you. A miscommunication of what is right for you. This could probably, most likely, be with someone else. Other people in general do not know, like I was saying with the Queen of Wands, you're very confident in what you know is right for you at this time, or where you're headed, or what path you're on. I'm getting also from this is that you're not always in this state of mind, but right now you are. Sometimes it's kind of like an on and off thing, but right now it's very strong, it's very pronounced. This is a Leo card too, and that is Leos are very, their main card is the Strength card, so they're very strong, confident. What's the word? I want to say the word boisterous, but it's not all the same meanings of those words. But it's just this like strong out there, the sun type of energy, the vibrancy of your energy is really showing right now. So what this is saying is that now I know I'm connected with the Queen of Wands, but as a star too, as the star shines very brightly, brighter than all the other little stars on the card, right? So that's another sign with I'm getting shining bright, and you might be a very bright person, a very intelligent person in general, and it's like what you know, and you don't need to explain it to anybody, but there might be some sort of miscommunication or communication issues with others, as though I'm getting that they think they know about, like they think they know things about you, or like what's going to be good for you, especially at this time. And it's like what I'm getting is, again, you know where you're headed, and you know the direction that you're going is the right direction for you, and you're not listening to anybody else because you're so sure of yourself at this time. Because it can also represent gossip when it's reversed, Page of Swords. So there also might be some sort of gossip about you. I just feel like you're really not concerned about that at all, which is amazing. That's really beautiful. And I think a lot of people that do that are jealous, and it's because you are the star, and you are the Queen of Wands, okay, and the Hermit, okay. You do this all on your own, and you don't, I mean, it's not that you never accept help from anyone, but I feel like you're very independent in your energy, period. Again, at this time, especially. And it's like you are willing to do everything on your own, even if you aren't technically, if this makes sense. Like, you have that energy, like, I want to say you are who you are, but that's not really descriptive. But it's like you're not changing for others just because they might see something different. It's like what I'm seeing for you is that, again, it's like you can see that path ahead of you already. And it's like, well, no, I know that this is the path for me because you know what you know. You know what I mean? It's like you can't explain it to anybody, and you shouldn't have to. This is also what I'm getting. You shouldn't have to explain that to anyone. This is a me, myself, and I type of journey, right? Or operation. I don't know, I'm hearing operation. Or mission, I should say. That sounds better. It's a spiritual mission. maybe you don't even realize that, but it is. You listen to your inner guidance, you listen to yourself. This is why, um, the solitude is very important. I think you're going to do that regardless, but I think it's also a message of advice to stay more to yourself. Not to say to isolate yourself completely from people, but to have this, I'm hearing also, a definitive mindset, like from others. Like it's very, hearing the word definitive, or this, it's very, I want to say different, but unique. It's more than that though. And others just don't understand it, and that's okay, that no one, or not everybody, is going to understand you, especially at this time, what I'm seeing. But, and I think that's purposeful, because then it kind of pushes you in that direction even more, of like that, listening to that inner guidance system. And of course, this comes from the Most High. It's all is, tying in with the Most High. It's coming through you, that power. And it says on the side here, I honor my spiritual self. Yeah, it's a spiritual journey, and the spiritual journey is something that only you can go on, and only you can know for yourself what the answers are. And I'm also getting intuition is popping up too. You only know what is right in your heart for yourself. We have the Death card as well. Yeah, there's endings. Oh, there's a lot of endings and new beginnings because of this completion of this cycle. And I want to say congratulate yourself, because you've done the hard work. And that's a good sign to know that there is something that, oh my God, they're going crazy. Maybe there is like this craziness in your life that's ending, because I take that as a sign. My kitty's going crazy. Yeah, there's this craziness that's ending, and I'm getting, there's going to be a bright new beginning, again with the star energy and the Queen of Wands linked with Leo. I'm getting this fiery, burning, like, bright light. And the Hermit is holding a lantern with the light. There's something with the light here. And then the World, of course, is the completion of cycles. Wholeness, becoming whole. So, and I always say with the Death card is that there are things ending that do not serve you anymore. And that's why the Death card shows up, is because there's something that needs to end, or that is ending, that does not serve you in your life right now, or anymore, I should say. Okay, I got 2 more cards. Now, when I was saying that, these cards I pulled these cards, but my mind was a little bit scattered. But that might also have something to do with this. Yeah, this is just a big transition. There's a release of letting go of the past self, of letting go of that craziness, okay? And I think what the craziness is, if we want to call it craziness, you can call it whatever you want. It's letting go of, I don't know, I'm also getting, like, even though you want this completion, like, to happen, you want the ending to happen, it's also ending the way you rush, maybe you rush things, or wanting an end result. It's like you're allowing more, you're allowing spirit, or the higher power to guide you more, and you're being more patient, or you're learning to become more patient, and dropping that, maybe the immaturity of, again, that's karmic lessons that need to be learned. maybe that is part of your lesson, is you know, like I said, you can't get to Z if you didn't go through the alphabet yet. And it's kind of like you're understanding more and more that you need to go through certain things. Wow. It's coming to me right now. You need to go through certain things to really understand the whole lesson. Because it's kind of like, you know, when you want to just get a good grade, say, on your test, and you might have cheated on your test. You might have asked your classmate for the answers and you cheated. Now you might have passed the test. You might even pass. Maybe you needed that to pass the class, but are you truly passing it? Not really, because you didn't really learn the lesson. It's just an example, but it's kind of like that in life where you don't want to cheat yourself because you're cheating yourself in the end. You know, it's kind of like you don't want to, what do they call it? Like get rich quick scheme type thing. That's another example. Or something that is like instantaneous that you would think that would satisfy you, but it's not the thing in itself that you're looking for. This is just all intuitive what's coming to me right now. It's like the journey to get there, again, the spiritual journey. You guys, you okay? Like running into things. Okay, that's also a sign. You might have felt like you're just running into things and hitting your head, metaphorically, so to say, like constantly. Maybe you've been learning the same lessons over and over, or trying to learn the same lessons over and over, and just feel like you can't get it or something. And that's all right. You know, there's no judgment here. But it's, again, with the spiritual journey, it's like you have to go on that journey on your own. It's finding out who are you? Who is the soul that is you, that is journeying through this life. And that's really what it's about. Instead of looking towards the end goal, even though that's going to happen, if you just have to go through. It's like I keep hearing you have to go through it. And it's not easy, I'm hearing also, because with the Eight of Cups is sticking out for me as well. There's disappointments. You've reached your limit. You feel as though, oh my goodness, like, is this gonna end? I have to end this. I have to move on from this. But again, it's like you gotta go through to get to the end, to death. Death is not a scary thing. It's just an ending, and there's always a new beginning after that. All it is letting go of the past way of doing things, of seeing things, because we have to grow. We have to, I want to say evolve, but it's deeper than that too. I guess we can say that. Yeah, transitioning, transforming. That's another word. Transforming. You're transforming into more of who you truly are. And it's going to be easier for you. And I think there's this resistance too. Like, from all these cards in the beginning, I sense there's this resistance, maybe not realizing, it's like, oh, I just want the end result. Come on, like, I just want it to end. It's not ending. But it's like the resisting of going through it is creating a bigger gap between where you're at and where the end is, meaning it's going to take a longer time to get to the end the more you resist it, or the more that you resist going through that to get to the end. That's what I'm trying to say. And that could also, like, with the Three of Pentacles reversed, is probably relating to, like, why you felt, and I'm just picking this up for some, is that you were, like, wasting time, or, again, it's like you were, I get this energy of, come on, like, aren't we gonna be done yet? Isn't this gonna be over with yet? Yeah, I just get this rushing or this resistance to go through something. And I think it's also, like, more in your mind than anything. Like, the negative parts of these things aren't as bad as what you think they actually are. And I think that's also why you were resisting it. Wow. And it's okay. I'm hearing also it's okay to make mistakes, because that's how we learn, right? As long as you're not making the same mistake over and over and over and over. But there must be, if you are making the same mistake over and over, there's something you just didn't learn from it. So you have to kind of look at it. I think that's also why the Hermit is here. And I know I'm picking up a lot from all these cards, but it's like, it's just coming through me. That's why the Hermit's here, to show you that it's all about looking within. It's all about, okay, soul searching, figuring out, what am I missing here, right? And you need to do that in solitude. You can't do that with all this, like I was saying, that word craziness around you. You need to have some sort of peace, calm, tranquility in order to do that introspection, to get your answers. Okay. So, but what we picked up after that, when I was talking about the Death card and all these other cards, is the Six of Wands reversed and the Seven of Wands reversed. So it's interesting how it's in order, too. They're both Leo cards, too. We're talking about Leo. I don't normally bring up the astrology in here. I just want to mention that as well, but sometimes I will. There's no particular reason why. If I feel called to, I will. So you feel as though you're failing and that you're going to be defeated because of that. I get more so this is a feeling. But as I can see, that's not happening. I'm getting also, I'm seeing somebody trying to keep their head above water, and it's almost like you feel as though you're drowning and you keep going below the water, but yet you keep also going up and getting air, and it's becoming too much. This is what I'm getting, okay? And yeah, that's tough. That's not easy. All right. But the messages from these cards, whenever they're reverse, is usually you want to learn from the upright position of them. And if we put them like this in order again, the truth is that there is a potential to succeed. The truth is that there is potential to stand your ground, to stand up for what you believe in. But I think that it is going to happen. It's just a matter of, what are you going to give your energy to, right? Even though these are popping up, I think it's just more so of like a warning, or bringing this to your attention. Like, hey, this needs to be looked at. The fact that you feel as though, maybe you feel you're a failure, maybe you feel as though you're not going to win or succeed, or maybe, again, complete something, complete this. And like I was picking up before, there might be something that has to do with taking a class or school, college, something like that. Or again, this can just relate to something happening within your life that you're feeling like a failure in, or there's just too much going on and you feel like it's too easy for you to just like collapse and fold in on your beliefs, as it says, or giving up or giving in, admitting defeat. Okay? But I'm getting also that you do not want this outcome. Okay? I feel like I need one more. I'm going to put these here, even though it looks a little strange. Okay, can we get the last card? Whoa, that came out right away. Whoa. See, again, this fiery wand energy, man. This Five of Wands is like conflict, fighting, this aggression. Maybe this is you fighting with yourself. I don't know, I'm getting that too. This could also be fighting with others, but I feel like a lot of my readings are geared towards the self, and then this would be under the Hermit, because I felt these two cards are related to the death. So, okay, so these need to die. These concepts of yourself, maybe feeling as though you're a failure, or maybe not technically that's how you feel, but right now, or during this time, during this cycle, maybe feeling as though you're like losing it. You're not losing it mentally, but even then you might feel like that, but losing, it says losing advantage, but I just got like losing or being a loser or whatever it is. Okay, but again, I'm not saying everybody's talking negative to themselves, but it's just, again, it's a feeling that you might feel, or that other people have an advantage or you have the disadvantage. Yeah. And that it's so easy to just like give in. But that's what needs to die as well. Okay. And none of this is easy. I see how tough this is and how much you've been through. So I give you props for that. That's for sure. And you might feel as though you want to keep fighting. Maybe this is you needing to fight for yourself. Even though that's not necessarily what this means. But intuitively I'm getting that as well. You might be fighting yourself in a negative way, but in a positive way, we can look at it as though as fighting for yourself, right? Turning that into something else, we can alchemize it. And like I said, with the Hermit, it would be under the Hermit. It's, again, it's all about you. It's all about soul searching. It's all about focusing on what do you need to do for you. Reflection, introspection, right? And I feel that as though you are going to be enlightened about what it is. There's an illumination, that's for sure, with the star, like I was saying, with the solar energy coming from the Queen of Wands, and then these all are Leo cards. These two down here and this one here. There's a lot of light. There's a lot of illumination. So this is good because even if things are negative, it's like it's still shining light on what needs to be seen. And sometimes it does end up like kind of smacking you in the face, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying that you deserve that. I'm saying sometimes that's how it ends up showing up. I think because of the resistance to the process of how this needs to happen. But again, I do feel this could be others as well. So that's what's making this very difficult for you. So it's like you're fighting, almost like you're fighting things in life too. It's not, and not objects, but I mean like concepts or way of being, way of seeing, ways of doing things. Again, all of that needs to end, and it's going to end. Let me get another card though. I want to get one more to kind of like get advice. But I do feel the advice from that is to fight for yourself, but in a more positive light. So what else can we get for advice for the collective? You know what, I'm hearing from, okay, we got to pull from this one, and I know it's a long reading. I'm not normally doing long readings like this, but I love this deck here, the Sword of Light Oracle, and this is Archangel Michael. that is connected to these cards. Okay, so what is the advice for the collective in this whole situation, especially that last card with the conflict? Okay, we got this. Wow. Okay, so open up to your spiritual gifts. Remember that your true nature is spiritual, not physical. Oh my God. The angels are sending you messages to guide your soul's growth. Wow. Okay, so, and like I was saying, this is your spiritual journey. This is about you. But you're opening up to your spiritual gifts. So maybe you're not realizing that your spiritual gifts are, I'm hearing also what is going to save you, what is going to help you through this. Remember that your true nature is spiritual, not physical. So maybe you've just been doing things very, like, on a physical level, trying to get somewhere, and you're spinning your wheels, so to say. You're not really getting anywhere, or don't feel as though you are. And the way to get somewhere, right, quote, get somewhere, is to remember it starts in the spirit. And I always say that. It starts in the spiritual world. The physical world is the last world, or realm, if you want to say. So it's all about the soul, being in touch with your soul. You might feel also that you don't have any spiritual gifts, or you might be unsure of what your spiritual gifts are. I think some of you know what they are. You're very certain of those. Some are a little apprehensive and not sure. I think there could be multiple ways of finding that out. And I think the main thing is to, like how she's closing her eyes and meditating. I'm not saying you have to literally do this the way she's doing it, but closing your eyes and asking the Most High to show you which way to go, but you knew, like I was saying, you know the path. It's in you. I think it's tapping into, you know what? The spirit is the fire, the wands cards. And we had all those wands cards pop up. So that is significant as well. You do have the fiery passion and the knowing of what to do, where to go. It's kind of like tapping into it. Open up to your spiritual gifts. Yeah. Open up to that power. Allow that power to come through you. And like I was saying, fight for yourself. Not really, but, not really fighting, but it's all about you. And I keep hearing that. It's all about you. It's all about searching within. And I just think that's the main answer here. And that's going to guide you. And again, you already know. It's already there. Yeah, it's already there. That's the answer. And you know it. So maybe sometimes you don't want to admit that to yourself, and that's okay. Okay, this is a message too. We have stay the course. Don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. You're just having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and keep going. Yeah, learn. Like I was saying, like, you just need to learn, that's all. It's just a lesson. That's all this is. I think that sometimes we make things bigger than they really are. It made me laugh because it's like, wow, it's a relief. And he's smiling and I'm getting like, hey, he's saying, don't worry, it's fine, you're making this bigger than it really is. And that's a good thing. And that's something to be relieved about, because it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we can laugh about this. It's lighter. It's not as heavy as we're making it, as we think, or that we think it is. you know? So you're on the right path. Stay the course. Just stay the course. That's the only thing. It's the ending will happen, right? The ending of all this craziness, like I was saying, it's just a matter of learning from these things, learn from your experience, and keep going. I love that, guys. That's amazing. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped you, and I will talk to you guys soon. This is like my longest reading so far, I think, or one of my longest readings. Appreciate everybody. I'm going to try to make readings as much as I can, but like I said, I've been having a lot going on, so but I appreciate everybody that has stuck with me and those that have commented, liked, and you know, anybody that's subscribed, anybody that is just following on this journey with me too. And this means a lot to me. So thank you guys. Just wanted to thank you. And I will talk to you guys soon. Hope you're doing well. Bye bye.